This is Barangay Kalmay, one of the island barangays of Dagupan City, and is among the low-lying barangays of the city. To quickly access this barangay from Dagupan City, residents currently use boats, or they have to go around through a nearby town and travel a much longer distance. Join me again as we go around Dagupan City until we reach Barangay Kalmay and find out the latest updates on the developments being done by the government to prevent flooding in these low-lying barangays and improve the lives of the residents here. Lahat ng mga nakikita dyan na kulungan, mga bangus mo alaga. That's the livelihood of most people here.
Oh, saka Kalmay.
Look at that catch. There, she's coming back. It's too deep for her net. That's the flood water. It's just here before you reach Arco going to Dagupan, coming straight from the town of Calasiao. It's been quite a while since we last vlogged here in the northern part because we've been doing one vlog after another in Bulacan. So we can also visit one of the low-lying areas of Pangasinan, which is Dagupan City. And it's really always in the news that this place gets flooded during the rainy season when there's a typhoon or when the rains are really heavy. There, we're being hit by really heavy rain right now. Good thing our camera is waterproof. By 10 o'clock earlier, Typhoon Krising had already exited. However, the one causing the rain now is the southwest monsoon. The rain is still intense. As of now, Pangasinan province is under orange alert. It's risen so high. That's why it doesn't get flooded anymore, because in the past years this area really used to. That's the exact problem of the motorists. This area really used to get flooded, so if you notice when you look to the right, you'll see those buildings there, their elevation is now lower compared to the road here. And they also improved the construction of the drainage here. That's why now it doesn't get flooded anymore. The only real problem left now is the sides. Because the buildings and houses there also really need to adapt to the elevation. They also need to be raised. Right here at this stoplight, it's crazy how high the water gets when it floods. Now it feels great, there's no flooding. The water just flows straight into the drainage. So look at that building, my friends. It's not being used anymore because it's really submerged in flood water. The road is now higher than the houses and buildings. So what they did here is really good, because the roads were elevated. Yeah, so motorists won't have a hard time anymore whenever there's heavy rain or a typhoon. Just like here, my friends, see? That's how high the road was elevated. Then they just put a 3-step staircase. But there's a part here in Dagupan, my friends, where even just a little rain floods the road. Let's try to pass through and see if it's possible now. This is what the river looks like right now. It's not overflowing yet. I really noticed there's a big improvement in Dagupan City. Before, this area used to get flooded, but now look at it. It's nice getting through here now. There's no flooding at all. Nice.
Ma'am,
How do you get to that place?
You have to ride a boat.
Oh,
if you're on a motorcycle, sir, over there, you know the place to eat over there. There's a road going in.
have you noticed if the sea here has risen, or is it just the same as before?
It has risen now, because before it didn't reach here. We used to live there before.
Oh, this is your house.
That's our house.
Oh.
Really? This is it.
Oh.
What year did you start living here? 2022. Then, 22?
Yes, that's right, 22. We were evacuated because they knew the rainwater would flood the area. But before, the high tide never reached this area.
Really?
Now that's why we were told to leave, because it's really dangerous.
Reached. From where we're standing, that barangay is really close. That's Barangay Kalmay, Dagupan City. It's isolated in the sense that there's no bridge connecting it to the city, so the only way to get there is by boat. And according to the local we asked earlier, the fare is 20 pesos. But there's another way to get there, and that's what we're going to do. However, we have to pass through the neighboring town. That's Malay over there. Do you see that? That's what they call the remnant. And that bridge was reportedly destroyed during the massive flooding. The Franklin Bridge in Dagupan City is a historic bridge built in 1920 during the American era, connecting downtown Dagupan to the barangays of Calmay and Carael. Unfortunately, it was destroyed by a strong flood in 1935. Now, only the ruins remain. The bridge holds significant historical value as part of the Golden Road, a 12-kilometer highway that connects to Dagupan, Lingayen, and Western Pangasinan. Wrong? Who did you say was with you? Oh, you four. How much is the fare from here to the other side, to Simbajo? Per person, per 40 pesos? Okay. Do you also take motorcycles? Yes. But if you don't have the budget, if it's just one, it's 10. Okay.
People are squeezed in.
So there are 4 of you?
But if there's an extra 40 pesos.
Yes. The project being done here is definitely ongoing to raise the road. From this bridge, Pantal Bridge. On our right side, that's Barangay Calmay where we're going, so instead of taking a boat, we'll be riding a motorcycle. But we'll be taking a detour, my friends. We'll pass through a part of another town, the town of Malay. So that's where we're going, my friends. It's a bit far, my friends, the route we're taking. It's really better if we take a boat so soon. Once this bridge is finished, it will be very useful for getting to Barangay Calmay. The Kalmay Bridge in Dagupan City is a DPWH project that costs 1.8 billion with a length of 411.15 meters and 4 lanes. It is expected to make transportation easier, boost the economy, and provide safer access to services for around 16,000 to 20,000 residents. The groundbreaking ceremony was held in December 2020, and it is expected to be completed in 2026. We're heading out of Dagupan City. After that long travel, we'll turn right here. Actually, it's just about 800 meters left. It's already the municipality of Malay, but we're here so we can enter Barangay Calmay. And on both sides, what we can see here are fish ponds. They also raised the roads. Some parts are still unpaved. Maybe they just dumped fill here. The real disadvantage is that when the road is this high, the houses on both sides will definitely get flooded. The houses here are really nice though. Somehow they're really beautiful. There, look, there. The houses on the sides are already getting flooded. Here on the right side, there's a budget of 14,401,214.79 pesos for the construction of the Barangay Road. Here in Kanawalan, Binmalay, Pangasinan. Look at this. It really didn't escape the flooding, did it? Those are also the results of the road elevation. That's why the houses will really get flooded too. The tricycle is floating. Bob, is it deep over there? Here on the right side? They're getting flooded here. Look at the houses here. We're already used to floods. Because when we went to Bulacan. But here in Pangasinan, that's new to me, my friends. The water is deep. It really does get flooded. Do you live around here? Deep. There, the road we're walking on is already cemented. That's one of the disadvantages of rapid urbanization. That's one of them too. Because the land is cemented, what happens is the water doesn't get absorbed. It's already flooding here, man. Here in Binmail, the flood is intense. I don't know if this has salt water mixed in. That's the problem here when this road gets raised. Now the water will get inside the house. Even now it's still low, but the water has already entered the houses. Some people are just using sandbags now. What more if this gets higher? It's pretty deep too. That's how deep it is, my friends. There it is. Look at the tricycle. The flood is deep. Let's try to ask a local here later. Let's ask when these floods began and if this happens every rainy season. Look, it's already coming into the house. You really have to adapt, right? When the road is elevated, you also have to raise your house. But the flooding is really severe. Oh. Friends, take a look. Because of the flood, look, the houses are already submerged. And there's one thing I really noticed there. The trees are dying. That's one of the signs that back then there was no water. Those trees weren't underwater. That's why they grew that big. Now because it's already submerged, they're dying. Look at that. There's still a huge acacia tree over there, but the others died. Let's ask around here. Miss, good afternoon. Oh. Does this place really get flooded? It really does flood. Yes. It floods every year during rainy season. That's just how it is. But there was really a time before when that place didn't get flooded. Okay. Which barangay is this? Kanawalan bin Malay. Then the next one. Here. That's Dagupan already. Ah, okay, alright, thank you. There you go, my friends. It turns out this place always gets flooded. Look, you can still see an old house here. The house was beautiful, the design was nice, but now it's gone, submerged in the flood. There, that's their landmark. The houses here are floating. They're really designed to survive floods. According to some locals we've talked to, my friends, they're really used to getting flooded here. They're already used to it in these barangays under Dagupan City. There's Carael Elementary School. Here we are now in Barangay Kalmay, our final destination. This is the part we could clearly see earlier when we were on the other side. This is Calmay Elementary School right here. Let's go further inside to the end. Going in. Let's see what the situation is with the people at the far end. Maybe this is salt water. That's already the sea. Then this is the road. There are mosses. That means this place gets flooded. Maybe during high tide? Let's try asking a local. If you notice the roads, they're full of holes. That means it gets flooded here during high tide. Those are their houses. Bro, it floods here during high tide. When it's really high tide, the water rises a lot. We just happen to come here during low tide. Unlike when we go to Bulacan, it's always high tide when we get there. But it's nice because they already have a seawall here on the right side. In this part, there, see they have a seawall. There. That's why the salt water is prevented from coming in here. It would be better if it reached there. This doesn't dry up anymore because it's already black from the moss. There, this is the end. This is the end. Oh. Let's try to go here. This is like the main landing area, my friends. There it is. Going to the city proper. That's right, to the mainland proper. Those enclosures we see there are actually milkfish pens, because most of the livelihoods here really involve raising milkfish. When that happens, just paddle over. It only takes a few minutes.
Yeah, it depends on our boat.
Yes.
Our boat, some are heavy, some are light. That's just how it is.
You could say that, that's right. What are these cages for?
Those are milkfish.
Milkfish, all of those. Yes, all the cages you see there, they're all for raising milkfish.
Oh.
That's most people's livelihood here.
In Kalmay.
Raising fish in this pen. Look at the design of the fish ponds here, my friends. It's like art.
There are traces of oysters.
Calmay, Dagupan City is known for its vast fish ponds used for raising milkfish. The area is rich in water and land suitable for aquaculture, making it a center of milkfish production in the region. The fish ponds in Kalmay make a significant contribution to the city's economy and to the supply of fresh milkfish to markets and restaurants. Raising milkfish in Kalmay is a traditional livelihood of the residents, showcasing their skills and dedication to the fishing industry. Now, my friends, it just so happens that it's low tide. That's why, here's what we found upon arrival. It's really obvious that this has been soaked in water. Since it's the rainy season, this will never fully dry. You really need to wear boots here to avoid the diseases you can get from the flood. Friends, everything you see there, those fish cages, they're actually raising milkfish there. That's the livelihood of many residents here in Barangay Kalmay, Dagupan City. The rain is really heavy. That's intense. Isn't that intense? They're old houses. Because it's always flooded, some people have really just left. So deep. So deep. The floodwater is deep. It's cemented underneath. The flooding here is really severe. Those homes really have it rough. Especially that one. Even here. It's really flooded, literally. Hey, it's Uncle! Let's be careful so we don't hit anyone. Even this school gets flooded. There it is! The school gets flooded. Friends, thank you so much for joining me on my short trip here in Kalmay, Dagupan City. Until we meet again. Thank you. Please like this video.